In 1995, Tommy, Kimberly, Billy, Rocky, Adam, and Aisha leap into action as the Power Rangers, only this time on the big screen. Yep, the action-packed saga about teenagers who morph into superheroes to protect the world from monsters and evil may have worked on the small screen, but how would it fare up in movie format? Well, this time not only must our heroes face off against Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed, but also Ivan Ooze, an evil purple guy who wants to rule the universe and destroy the Power Rangers leader, Zordon. In order to save their best friend and mentor, the Rangers must travel to another planet and seek help from an ancient warrior. So it's time to morph into action as we explore 10 things that you didn't know about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. It's awesome.
Do y'all think we're going to know these 10 things? Because, you know, my audience, we kind of like locked in. Or will there be like something new?
Because it features Ivan Ooze. I really like Ivan Ooze, so let's check it out.
Damn, someone said probably not.
Number 10, rushed into production. So the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TV show made its debut in August 1993. The colourful, action-packed TV show was a combination of footage from a Japanese TV show called Super Sentai, mixed in with new scenes filmed for an American audience. The show was insanely popular and would become an instant phenomenon, which of course would lead to toys and other means of merchandise. Like back then, Power Rangers was everywhere. Every kid was watching it, every kid was playing with the action figures, it was insane. So naturally there was a demand to see more of this teenage fighting superhero team. And so the show became so big, a movie was hastily greenlit in 1994. It is said that things were so rushed, the movie didn't even have a pre-production phase. So yeah, pretty much the movie was rushed into production at super lightning speed in order to capitalize on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers brand as quickly as possible. No questions asked, we need to make this thing. Luxurious mansions and sport cars aren't going to pay for themselves, you know. Number 9, replacing iconic characters.
I mean, okay, rushed in production. I guess that's new, but it's not like groundbreaking. It's not like, oh my God. Now, I think we all know 9 replacing iconic characters.
The workload put on the young actors who played the Power Rangers was insane. Not only was it a physically demanding job, but the schedule was brutal. The first season of the show alone had 60 episodes, which once again is insane. The second season, which was being made when the movie went into production, also had 53 episodes. Like, this was a big series with a lot of episodes being made. Naturally, for its time, it was the #1 kids show, and thanks to all the merchandise, Power Rangers would have easily been a billion-dollar enterprise. Well, apparently,
it was a billion-dollar enterprise. Not would have been, it was.
Both the cast and crew weren't making much money, despite what a money-making machine Power Rangers had become. Nor were the actors getting paid overtime, as the Power Rangers wasn't a union production. Basically, these kids were stuck in an unfair contract. Haim Saban, who produced the show, presented the cast with a contract
Mister,
I got money
to star in 3 movies, and supposedly once again the pay wasn't good. According to Zack actor Walter Emmanuel Jones, the cast got together and realized that this was not a fair contract that they were trying to get signed onto for these movies. A lawyer was even hired to go through the contract, and the lawyer agreed that it wasn't fair. So word has it, the cast was going to stick together and fight the higher-ups at some—
Here we go. See, sometimes the lie just... The word has it that the cast agreed to stick together.
Barn Entertainment. But along the way, Amy Jo Johnson, who played Kimberly, David Yost, who played Billy, and Jason David Frank, who played Tommy, backed out of challenging the powers that be. So because of this, actors Walter and...
Damn, man. Don't you hate that? You just gotta be like, ugh, God. He not here to say it's not true.
Daniel Jones, who played Zack, Austin St. John, who played Jason, and Thuy Trang, who played Trini, still stood their ground, feeling like they were being bullied, like they weren't backing down. So they were let go halfway through season 2, with newcomer replacements, Karen Ashley as Aisha, Steve Cardanis as Rocky, and Johnny Young Bosch as Adam, replacing the 3 well-established characters. Now, I mean no disrespect to the replacements, but I didn't really like this as a kid, nor did I...
I don't think... I mean, I don't know. I really didn't care. I want to say I didn't care. I wasn't like, everything was about Tommy Oliver. No one really cared about, I didn't care about Austin St. John. It just is what it is. Let's keep going.
Really understand it. These weren't the characters that I had previously gotten to know and look up to. Why were these new guys suddenly in the show? It's like, yeah, I like you guys, you're just fine, but you're not Jason, Zach, and Trini. Going back to Zach actor Walter Emmanuel Jones, he felt disappointed that his character and the other original characters didn't make it into the film. He said he felt disappointed, as the movie was the catalyst for everything they had been building up to, and that the fans would have wanted to have seen the 6 original Rangers together on film. And yes, I totally agree with him. But behind the scenes, this sent out a loud and clear message to the cast of Power Rangers, that no matter how big and popular you may think you are, no one is irreplaceable. And if anyone makes a fuss over fees or contracts, then they can be let go and replaced. Yeah. Yikes. Awkward burgers. Oh. Number 8. Setting up base in Australia.
I feel like we know number 8, right? Do we, because there's no union, I feel like we know number 8.
Back in those days, not many Hollywood productions were filmed here in Australia, despite the fact that filming here down under is a lot cheaper than Hollywood. Well, it seems the production of the Power Rangers movie caught wind of how much will be saved by filming in Australia, and so rushed to start filming in the land down under. In fact, this is just how chaotic the production was. While the movie was being shot, the production still had to somehow make episodes for the TV show. So simultaneously, while filming the movie, the 3-part story, The Wedding, and Return of the Green Ranger were also filmed here in Australia. Now, the wedding storyline
Alright, I didn't know that.
in particular was not well received by fans, and considered a low point in the show. Writer-producer Tony Oliver felt the storyline was a result of trying to make episodes of the show while simultaneously making a movie.
I feel like this is just him rehashing a story. Is this a clip of someone talking?
So TV cameraman Brian Spicer was quickly drafted in to take over directing duties. There was one problem though. He had never seen a Power Rangers episode before and didn't know anything about the show or its mythology, so he had to very quickly get up to speed with the mythology and binge a heap of episodes. But despite doing that, just about on display. Oh god. And that's the photo they used to promote the movie with? The White Ranger with his junk hanging out? This shows just how hectic and rushed things were with the making of this movie. Number 6. The director was replaced. So TV in the Power Rangers universe would know exactly who the Power Rangers are. Number 5. A health crisis led to a recast.
Alright, we know about Mariska Hargitay getting recast, right? Someone said they feel like it got better when they cast, whatchamacallit? Here, everything y'all type will pop up on screen now. We knew that. I knew that. Did y'all know that?
Lee and Steve Cardenas were fairly new to the show when the production of the movie started. It seems that there may have been favoritism to the older veteran Power Ranger actors, the ones who were there from the start. Where according to an article on Screen Rant, Johnny Young Bosch claims that the production did cater more to the older established cast over the new cast, and that Adam the Black Ranger was to have more scenes in the movie, but didn't because David Yost, who played Billy, complained that he had hardly any scenes. So, why couldn't the Rangers be shared evenly and fairly in this movie?
Yeah, I did hear about Billy complaining about the scenes. I don't remember where. I wish this guy would have included like his sources as opposed to just his storytelling.
Why was there a fight between the cast over who gets to be put on screen more? Well, I recently saw another YouTube video claiming that Tommy is the main focus in the movie, and I absolutely agree. No matter what happens, Tommy is always front and center, and if anyone ever talks to the Rangers or the group of kids, they always seem to approach Tommy, and Tommy generally does all the talking on behalf of the group. It feels like the attention must always be put on Tommy and all the other Rangers be damned. It kind of feels like the other Rangers are really there to be his backup band. Look, I think it's easier with a TV show because its format is episodes, so you can have an episode dedicated to Billy.
I mean, there were episodes dedicated to other Rangers, but he was always the focus. He was the draw.
And then one dedicated to Adam, and then one for Aisha, and so on. But with a movie, you can't really do that. You only have a 1.5 hour window, and there's only so much focus and attention you can put on a cast of 6 main stars. So I think the production thought, that Tommy character is...
Yeah, like he was doing like special promotions like overseas where everyone was like in states just doing their regular circuit.
the most popular Ranger, so let's make him front and center, with a less focus on the team and more of a focus on Tommy, with the other guys just in the background. I didn't really notice it as a kid, but yeah, if you pay attention, the movie is very Tommy-centric. Thank you to that YouTube video, of which I sadly can't remember the name, for pointing that out. Number 3. The production had to trick the public into being extras.
What?
So going back to Screen Rant, the producers wanted to end the movie with a bang by showing a pretty rocking party at Angel Grove.
Now, this is where we get into new territory. I didn't know this.
There's one problem though. The production probably couldn't afford to have all these extras. So the production had the media announce to the public to come down to the Darling Harbour in Sydney in order to meet and greet with the Power Rangers, as well as winning prizes and free giveaways. So as you can imagine, a heap of kids and their no doubt annoyed parents turned up to the location, only to not be greeted by the Power Rangers per se, and to find out later down the track that they were unknowingly used as extras for a movie. Yep, not only did this movie manage to piss off its cast, but
Bro, that's some guerrilla filming if I ever knew one, and I didn't know that.
the entire city of Sydney. That's an achievement. Okay, to be fair, it did look like everyone was having fun, so, you know, everyone had a good time. Regardless, this movie seems like one hectic mother to shoot. And I'm pretty sure the cast and crew probably would have been happy to be done with the filming and to get back home. And if things couldn't get any worse, while filming a fight scene, Jason David Frank knocked out a stuntman. Okay, so to be fair, the stuntman did ask him to kick him harder when they were filming the scene. And so he did, and it was lights out for a while as the stuntman had a little sleep. And can we just take a moment to talk about the music in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie? The score was done by New Zealand composer Graham Revel, and he has actually scored several big Hollywood movies, including The Crow, From Dusk Till Dawn, Freddy vs. Jason, The Pineapple Express, and many, many more. Now in the scene where the Rangers get their powers back with Dulcia, you'll notice this music is being used. Well, this is actually a recycled piece of music Revel had previously composed for the 1989 Australian miniseries Bangkok Hilton, which starred Nicole Kidman. A very serious drama, worlds apart from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But, you know, the music still oddly works. Number 2, deleted scenes.
Alright, deleted scenes should be something, right? We should have something in deleted scenes.
So in the original script, when the Rangers come face to face with Ivan Ooze, he created some evil rat creatures that the Rangers had to fight.
Yeah, we knew about this.
However, when it
They didn't test well, so they went with the crows.
came to filming the scene, it was felt the rat creatures looked too crap, and
then like their costumes like falling apart.
something cheaper that you'll see in the TV show. So the rat creatures were replaced by ooze men. But the rat creatures would go on to be used for the TV episode Return of the Green Ranger, which was being filmed simultaneously with the movie as mentioned. There was a removed scene where Dulcia was training the Power Rangers and getting them acquainted with their new powers. All up, about 12 minutes were cut from this sequence, and it's said that the character Dulcia gets more of a backstory in this deleted material. There was also a more intense fight between the Rangers and the bird creatures, but some of these scenes had to be cut as it was considered too brutal. Apparently it was going to be quite a bloody affair, where we would see the Rangers get cuts and other injuries. Yeah, something that you've never actually seen in the show. Look, I guess at the end of the day, it's all about getting little Timmy to go and see this beast. And little Timmy ain't going to be watching if we see our heroes get cuts and scrapes. Number 1, No Power Rangers.
What is No Power Rangers?
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie was released on June the 30th, 1995, and you would think its release would take off with a bang, with a bunch of excited kids and their annoyed parents being dragged to the movie theatre. But that wasn't the case. The movie only made $66.4 million on its $15 million budget, so although it made its money back, it was still much lower than anticipated, especially considering the franchise it's based on. So why did its release tank? Especially considering what a massive franchise Power Rangers had become? Well, because it just couldn't compete against other movies at that time, like Batman Forever.
Oh yeah, dog. If this was the competition, like when did Power Rangers the movie come out? Versus this one. Let me see, June 16th. Alright.
Apollo 13 and Pocahontas. I can remember Batman Forever in particular being the franchise movie of that time that everyone was going to see. Like, you couldn't compete against this thing. The movie, of course, didn't get the best reviews either, with it being felt that the movie is...
It came out June 30th, so June 19th, you're still in the Batman, Batman Shadow.
Just an extended episode of the show, only given a strangely different movie aesthetic. I think the meanest review came from Roger Ebert, because of course it did, who awarded the movie half a star out of 4 and likened it to synthetic food. Look, when I was a kid, I enjoyed the Power Rangers TV show, so I actually did really enjoy the movie and found it to be lots of fun. But at that time, I couldn't figure out why, in many ways, it looked and felt different to the TV show. For example, why are their costumes so different? Why does Zordon look different? Why does Alpha 5 look different? Why is this movie taking place in Sydney, Australia? But I just figured that this was an alternative timeline, and saw this movie as being like the Masters of the Universe movie equivalent of the Power Rangers. Yeah, because of the way that movie looks and feels different to its source material. Yeah, the Power Rangers movie was the Masters of the Universe movie of the 90s.
I mean, I can see that. I can see that. I can see it.
Now I know that both
Because it literally just went from movie right back to Power Rangers. And introduced a new White Ranger. What are you going to do?
of these movies are not masterpieces, but I still get a bit of cheeky enjoyment out of both of them. The only thing I didn't like was the horrific CGI, which just gets worse with age. I mean, come on, this thing has aged as well as milk. And this trend of getting popular TV shows of the moment and making movies out of them would continue, as the following year the Bean movie would come out, and the year after that, 20th Century Fox would dabble again with turning a popular TV show into a movie with the X-Files movie.
I remember I saw that.
Which did have better degrees of success. But regardless, I think if you were a kid who grew up with a Power Rangers movie, it'll still make you smile, for if anything, taking you back to those more simpler times of the 90s. So if you choose to go on a trip down memory lane and watch this movie again, just remember, it's morphin' time.
I remember we tried to watch it on stream and we got your stream clapped.
So I think that about...
All right, guys, go check out Minty Comedic Arts. Subscribe to his channel and let me know what you think. I mean, most of this stuff we already knew. My only critique is I wish he would have created the input like the source material, where it's just like, hey, his video comes off as trust me, bro. But I understand, like, he got like 500,000 subs, copyrights be probably coming for him. But let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments section. See you guys in the next video. Peace.